maximise the pressure control within your body for every person. But the easiest one that people can do is just a 90 breathing drill. So this is a PRI drill, like Postural Restoration Institute drill. They came up with it. It's not my thing, but we are adapting it to our training. How we train. So if you want to know the super in-depth stuff, go on to their course, but I warn you, it's very, very heavy material. So we get Dean up down here. We're going to lay him up against the wall, come in. Lay on your back. So it's much easier to teach these principles whilst people on the ground, because now he doesn't have to worry about gravity. Now he doesn't have to worry about a bunch of controlling other stuff, and I can give him cues, simple cues to get this right. So this is the least fuck up of all, basically. If I try to get him to do this drill in a higher level one, like if I said, Dean, go get on a bar and I'm going to try and make these cues, he would stuff it up probably. So we're going to get him in this, then we're going to bring him to more and more advanced positions until he can deadlift. So the two biggest muscles I'm concerned about when teaching this stuff, when teaching flexion extension control, are going to be hamstrings to control his pelvis and abs to control that relationship between pelvis and ribcage, and therefore put the diaphragm and the pelvic floor in a position where they can oppose each other and therefore create intra-abdominal pressure in a right way. If they're not facing each other, as in like your ribcage and your pelvis aren't facing each other the right way, you'll never get bracing the way that you should or that you could. You still be able to brace it, it'll just be crap, and you'll end up having to wear a belt. So, feet up on the wall, Dean. 90 degrees at his knee, 90 degrees at his hip. Yeah, that angle can change a fair bit. As in, it'll change a fair bit of stuff that's going on, so that's important. His toes are going to be directly up. Most people are going to want to be here. We don't want that. And depending on the person and the individual traits, sometimes we'll put something between his knees and get into a duct to open up his pelvis in different ways, or abduct. But again, that's kind of next level stuff, so we're going to just focus on this pure basic sagittal plane stuff. So what we're going to do is get him to drag his heels into the wall like a leg curl, get his hamstrings going, and try and posteriorly tilt his pelvis, or tuck your tail is the cue I like to use. We're not trying to do a glute bridge, so if he goes too far, then that's not what I want. That's not what I'm looking for. That's another drill completely. What I'm looking for is a little bit of tilt. His lower back will still be on the ground. Another cue you can use is to push your lower back into the ground whilst just pulling your tail up off the ground a little bit. Yeah, so it's just enough hamstring. You can feel hamstring. Yeah. So from here, we've got the pelvis in a position that is good. That's going to put your pelvic floor and everything in a position that we want it to. And we're using his hamstrings, which are the postural muscle which we want. And what we're going to do now is we're going to get him to reach towards the ceiling. So we're going to get him to use his serratus and some other muscles there to reach and put his ribcage in a good position now. To put his diaphragm in that opposing position, create that zone of position. So when I say reach, most people just kind of like this. I want you to really reach. Really reach. So straight away, he's got abs. Yeah, he's shaking, that's cool. We want that. Now we're going to add breath to this. So in that position, I'm going to cue him to hold that reach. Going to hold this hamstring, that posterior tilt pelvis, and then I'm going to get him to exhale fully in that position and think about his ribs dropping down and back. Yeah. So I want him to maximally exhale, not just like a normal breath. I usually tell people to aim for like 5 seconds or so. Once he feels like he can't get any more air out, like he literally can't, like there's just nothing there at all, he should really be feeling his abs by that point. I want him to turn that around, just really slowly. Try to not gasp, so try not, because that'll lose the ribs, right? I want him to inhale through his nose, really gently. I should be able to hear, and keep that ribcage position. Yeah, so I don't want him doing this. I want him to exhale, get it down. Inhale, fill up without losing the ribs. Exhale again, and we're going to repeat that process 3, 4, 5 times, depending on how good he is at it. Each breath, that rib is going to be moving down further and further. Yep. So reach, hamstrings, exhale. So he's not very good at getting air out. But that's okay, because he'll get better with time. And again. And inhale. Don't lose ribs. And exhale. So So when we're talking about relaxing strategies, right now this is probably not relaxing at all for me, but as you get better at it, you can use these strategies as almost like that relaxing, driving parasympathetic nervous system traits. So we're getting abs, we're getting hamstrings, and also what we're also doing is we're inhibiting hip flexors from being able to work. So like think about a typical powerlifter that's extended and that has anterior tilt, or maybe they're going to have hip flexor issues, and they're also going to have low back issues. So we're taking tone out of the lower back and out of these by putting them in a position where they can't work, and we're putting the hamstrings and abs in a position where they have to work. Okay, so we're like using the position of his body to drive what muscles we want, and then we can get to go into a kneeling position or a half kneeling position or on all fours to drive pressure in different ways to allow him to get muscles, to get the muscles we want to work and to inhibit the muscles we don't want to work, and therefore when he goes to a squat, hopefully we can teach him to use the right muscles the right way. But for most people, you're going to be getting hamstrings, abs. That's what 99% of people are going to have to get. So let's just go through again. See how he wants to externally rotate as well. So if I was training Dean, I'd probably get him to squatty something. But you can take rib measures and stuff like that to more objectively just make those decisions for you in your assessments. I'm not going to go this too deep. Yeah, really get that air out. Try like 5 seconds.